Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to all of you. Hope you all are doing well. So, Manoshala aims to democratize preventive mental health care solutions in India, which not only focuses on clinical therapy but also focuses on alternative therapy. I, Tamanna Rajpal, will be hosting today's live session. I am an expert with Manoshala. I work as a child psychologist and deal with kids with the behavioral issues. Our our today's discussion and live session is about our mindset is a set.
Hi. I'm not being able to hear you. Can you hear me? Hi, I'm sorry, but I'm not being able to hear you. You're not audible. Can you hear me? Let me rejoin. Now I can hear you.
Yeah, how are you, ma'am?
I'm good. How are
I'm good.
you?
Today's topic and
Some,
mindset is a superpower. Can you able to
yes.
hear me?
I can, but I think the audience is saying that Manoshala is not audible.
Okay.
Now you are, so I'm sure they can hear you as well.
Okay. Hi everyone, is I audible?
If somebody could tell us if Manoshala is audible or no, that would be really nice. Now I can hear. Okay, people can hear us now.
Okay.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Kratika.
Okay. So, yes, ma'am. So, I will just want to introduce you a little bit. So, she is a trusted guide who is an experienced and talented wellness coach. She did her wellness honors from IEWP US, and she also did a yoga teacher training course from Yoga Institute Mumbai. And today's topic is mindset. It is a superpower.
Mm. Do you
So,
believe that?
ma'am, yes, ma'am.
Do you believe that?
Yeah, I do believe that. And I think I do follow you a lot.
Oh, thank you. Oh, my
So,
best friend has tuned in.
yes. Okay. So, according to you, what is mindset?
So basically, what I help people with is mindset training, and I emphasize so much on that because the mind is an energy field that we cannot see with our naked eyes. And that energy field, we have a lot of thoughts, a lot of emotions, a lot of ideas. So what happens is that if you do not train your mind, the energy can be scattered and all over the place. It can be in the past, it can be in the future, and it is never in the present moment. So when you get into a process of mindset training, you take the charge of setting the mind the way you want. You practice ideas, thoughts, behaviors as per what you want to put out in this world. That is why every individual's mind is very different, because our interpretation to life is very different. We can see the same situation, but we can have such different perspectives and point of views on it. So mindset training is very important because that's when you can actually go out there and achieve what you really want to in life, because you have a control over that energy field. Like your brain is matter. A scientist can keep a brain and study it, but energy, mind, scientists cannot study that. Everybody has a different energy field. So mindset is a space where you have all possibilities and all your potential to create whatever you wish to in life.
Okay, that's good. So I want to know how growth mindset and fixed mindset are different, and like
Just
what is fixed mind. Okay, so I want to understand what is growth mindset and fixed mindset, and how they both are different.
they both are very different from each other, and every person with a fixed mindset is just one good idea away from a growth mindset. Honestly, it just takes that one line from somebody they believe in or trust in, or because the universe manifests in different forms. We are manifestations of the universe in different forms. Maybe tomorrow I'll come and tell you something, you'll be like, oh my god, why didn't I think of it? The people who have fixed mindsets are very rigid people. They don't think that life has can be in different aspects, whereas there are so many ways to look at life, right? So it is fixed mindsets probably would be somewhere our ancestors. Our mother learned something from their mother, the mother learned then from her mother, so going into an ancestral lineage. That is having a fixed mindset and being like, nahi, इसको इसी नजरिए से देख सकते हैं, इसको ऐसे ही कर सकते हैं, the completion will come through this. So that is a fixed mindset. Whereas somebody who is on a journey of expanding their mind, saying that today I have had a heartbreak, how can I deal with it? How can I go about bringing about a change in my life? That can only happen when you expand your mindset, because as I said, it's got thoughts, it's got ideas, it's got feelings, it's got emotions. So people who are in growth mindset are people who process their experiences. They are people who really know how to expand their mind through reading, listening to something, interacting with people, or just sitting with our own selves and trying to understand and gauge why am I not being able to process this. Whereas a fixed mindset person will live with that ego, will live with that a limitation in their life and be like, I don't know how, this is the only way and I have to find a way through this only. So that is the difference. I think people with fixed mindset have a lot more baggage. People with expansive mindsets and growth mindsets have a lot of processed emotions, processed baggage.
Okay, I also never knew that much difference. Thank you for telling us.
My pleasure.
Okay. So, what steps can we take to help our growth mindset to overcome our fixed mindset? And do we have any specific plan for that? And you want to tell us a little bit about
Yes,
that?
I think first of all, this is a very solo soul journey. There are a lot of people who we wish expand and we wish, understand this one new perspective that we understand. But unfortunately, this is a journey that everybody takes on their own at their timing of life. But one thing I would say is people should really ask themselves very real questions, like, because the conversation I'm having in my head, in my thought process, is a conversation that I'm truly having with myself. So that can either keep you fixed, limited, or it can expand and heal you. I would say monitor your self talk and ask yourself, am I empowering myself or am I disempowering myself? Am I doing things as per towards my natural ability and love towards life? And know your why are you doing what are you doing, because that is very intention based. So once you start understanding that you are not just a machine in this world who's going day and night doing the same things in the same routine and being like a rat in this training wheel, you will start actually questioning yourself much deeper things. So people should really know that, first of all, the journey from fixed mindset to having an expansive mindset can be difficult initially, but later when you taste it, it's like not tasting chocolate and then eventually tasting chocolate and knowing how great it is. But so people need to taste the understanding of how your fixed mindset is so limiting, and expansive mindsets and having a growth mindset can help you in so many ways in life. So I would say monitor your self talk and ask yourself questions as to If you're feeling bad, the other person is doing well and you're not, why? Like, what is the growth you are hindering yourself from? Why are you coming in your own way of evolution? Because this is an evolutionary plane, and we all will have ups and downs. We all are going to go to heartbreaks. We're going to have empty pockets. We are going to be rejected. We're going to have failure. But how much of that do you want to accumulate and store within yourself? You don't have to. That's a choice. So as the same way, if the fixed mindset human being chooses, okay, you know what, I'm just going to give life another chance by trying to change the way I view it, I think that is when they'll be able to bring about a change in their approach to life.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. How do we change a negative mindset into a positive mindset?
Very important to, as I said, monitor your self talk. What are you telling yourself? Often human beings get confused in the other person's journey, and that speed and that growth can conflict you in understanding, your own process of life, because you could be working harder, you could be doing better, but probably you're not moving forward in the way the other person is. So I think this comparison that we do with other people keeps a lot of people in a very negative loop, because we all want success, we all want to be in motion, we all want to make money. It's very common human dreams. But at every step of life, we've been given an opportunity to view it in a better manner and learn something, because it's really not the destination but the journey that makes you. So it's not really the outcome but the process of life that makes you. So people who want to become positive from negative need to really wake up to the bullshit they tell themselves every day and let their ego take over and make them feel bad, because the ego remembers everything. It just remembers all the things you've gone through in your past. So every time you're trying to move ahead, there is this whole backlog that is constantly pulling you towards that. But again, it's an energy field that is, consumed with your thoughts, ideas, and emotions. So people who want to think optimistic, I would say, learn to flip the script. When I say flip the script, I mean, as soon as you wake up, you either are revising whatever has gone through, or you're creating the future with the backlog. You're not in the present. So start being where you are. Be in your reality. You could be on your bed, waking up. Just know that is it. That is your reality at the moment that you've just woken out bed. Start being where you are. Practice that first. Then let the past be. Then the future. It's not yet here. But how you live your present will definitely impact your future a lot. So start with where you are. Feed yourself love. Feed yourself an understanding of flipping the script. As in, again, that thought is coming and it is going to be revised. You cut, you flip the script. You turn into a different direction. Listen to music. Read a book. I love traveling. So in my hard days, really difficult days, I go onto Pinterest or I open a social media page of any travel destination and I look at those pictures and I'm like, "Hi, kash मैं फिलहाल यहाँ होती, कितना अच्छा होता." Because imagination is a vast space. Why should you waste it by thinking negative? Thinking is free. Why are you paying a price? Life will give you enough to learn from, which is going to be difficult. But be your cheerleader, don't be your critic. So these are my three things I would say to people: that start living where you are. We've not practiced it, so it feels difficult because we are living in our minds, we're not living in a reality. But as soon as you start understanding the importance of this, they will start coming back to where they are, because our mind is at the piche or aage, and it's just the way humans function, unfortunately, if not told. Flip the script. You can always look at one negative thing and tell yourself two positive things. Imagination is a vast space, use it in the best way possible, and don't revise, don't give into the temptation of revising the negative thoughts. Consciously create more positive thoughts.
Okay. So, ma'am, as you know that we all are hearing this, that third wave might be coming. Like we still are not aware about it is coming or it is not coming, but cases are increasing day by day.
Right.
So maybe there would be a lockdown again. So any
Yes.
techniques or any suggestion you can give to us audience or to me or as even that how we can control our negative thoughts, because during that time somewhere we start having negative thoughts. So
I
how
think
we can
every human being is very talented. We're multifaceted genuinely, but we just don't tap into it enough because we have given workspace and making money the space where we create a self value as people. So when that goes for a toss, our mental health goes for a toss, our emotional health goes for a toss. But trust your talent as a person. I think that is very important. Tomorrow you can have work or not have work. You can probably give it to some company. They can hire you. But if that company doesn't exist because of the change that is happening in this world, does not mean you're talentless. So I would say one way to really work on yourself is to actively create. And you don't need anybody to see that. You don't need fame, the fame game to understand that you are talented, you are enough, and you can actively create, cook something, paint something. Don't keep scrolling on social media. Social media will make you feel bad about your life. It is just created that way.
Okay. Thank
So
you.
when this happens, if the lockdown, God forbid, has to happen again, you have time to be with yourself. And I've always told all my clients, isolation is not lonely. It is actually a very powerful space, because that's where you discover your own company. And if you start having a blast with yourself and you're comfortable in your skin, then you will succeed in any other relationship in life, because you start understanding everybody else and how difficult it was to, channelize these certain energies that you have and work on certain abilities and build the person that you are. It's a process for everyone.
Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. How can a mindset help us to stay positive while working from home?
Mindset has nothing to do with going out. We have fed ourselves all these ideas that, we truly as human beings run on stimulation. We need to look at good things, we need to hear great things, we need to taste, touch, feel. That's the way we get stimulated. So when we would go out, our mind is designed to believe that we've got up, traveled, and gone to a proper institute or an office to work and then come back home, and it's a routine. But I think we all have been home enough for a very long time, and it is your space. I mean, it is your. My only one complaint I have towards people, especially who work in corporates, is, they are losing touch with life. I feel, because most of my friends, they wake up in the morning from their bed and then they open the laptop and then they go on it, because nobody comes on camera. You can't see anybody. So the lethargy, the laziness, that is all setting in, which is not good for their own health as people. There has to be some smartness in them to get up, go, get dressed. I'm not saying wear makeup if you're a woman, or wear a belt and sit at home, but you have to know that workspace, enjoyment spaces can keep changing. It is eventually your mindset and how you live within that you can enjoy life on this realm. So if you're working at home or in office, those environments are a bonus to your life. What you should really enjoy is the Saraswati flowing through you at that time, and you have work to do, and enjoy that work that you have to do.
That's great. Okay. So, how can an outsider be a psychological or a psychologist or a wellness coach or anyone help us in changing our mindset?
I'm sorry, you mean that how can a psychologist or a life coach help?
Or anyone else help us to change our mindset? Like how they can help us to change our mindset?
Um, I see, it's very good to take inspiration from everywhere, because we all are on a journey, evolving, going upward, going downward, and you can learn something from everybody. We can all be each other's therapists. But the only thing is that, when we latch ourselves onto people and we are exercising our vulnerability, just be sure that you are latching on to somebody who operates from a space of wisdom, because otherwise they will take you on their journey. And it was crazy. Like, I know that when I was going through a hard time, I turned myself towards God. I didn't want to give myself to any human being. So my vulnerability, my peace, whatever I learned from that entity, that energy. But we want to be vulnerable, we want to give ourselves to people to help us, because that's how we've been. Nandita is crazy. So, that's how we start understanding life, and we have been told that that's how we get our validation from people. But you don't need anybody. If you have a perspective and an interpretation of taking inspiration, you will take inspiration from everyone. I get inspired by my friends all the time, whoever, in any field, because that's the way I want to do. I want to learn things from them. But you don't need to be anybody's therapist. Save yourself always first. Once you save yourself, you will be that example to people. And once you're an example, people will always, anyways, bring about a change. You don't have to preach to bring about a change.
Okay, thank you. Okay, anything we should practice regularly to have a positive approach in life?
A lot of things. As I said initially, learn to monitor your self talk. What are you telling yourself? I think that is a space we create the most amount of fears, jealousy, insecurity with ourselves, because we are constantly comparing ourselves to the success rate and the growth rate of the other person. But we don't know the struggles anybody goes through. So I think you should always monitor your self talk. um, I would love for people to go on a journey of God consciousness, but I think the more I'm growing in life, I'm realizing that that journey probably not be for everybody till the time it's not their timing. But if you don't have the capacity to believe in something bigger than yourself, then life will be very limited and fearful and negative. Whereas you know that you come from something way bigger, and that can bring about a lot of change. That has helped me in my darkest hours. And the dark hours not even dark, because I have so much light from within that is growing, because I believe in that light so much. That is one journey people should take if they find the time. We are in India, Eastern philosophy. People, I know when I had gone to Rishikesh, our country gives people spiritual visas because spirituality is our strength. So we live in a land where there is so much information of self-realization, but we are only about manifesting material. And we believe and talk to God out of rituals to give us things. But if you really get into the depths of the knowledge that our country imparts on and the richness that we have, you can set yourself free from all these limitations that you have built in life.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much. I would request audience if they have any question to ask from us. We do have a
I'm
question.
also checking. Let's see.
How to not get jealous by your friends in social media and always be in high energy vibration?
Wow. See, I'll tell you what, friends now are an extension of us. The reason we are with them is because that's one space that we can easily accept them even if they are different, and also at the same time find similarities which you bond on. Okay, friends are truly the family we choose. I have friends who genuinely inspire me a lot, but at the same time, I'm sure there is a part of each one of us that makes each other insecure as well, which is very normal and which is very human. But as I said, it is just your interpretation. Everybody's on their journey. You don't know who's coming from where and going in which direction. Your jealousy is a affirmation that your body is giving you to tell you that you are believing in a lack in yourself. It is not about that person being a plus, but there's something in you that is telling you, oh, you are not good enough. And that is making you push that person away out of this really sad energy which is called jealousy. We're humans, it is normal to feel that way, but you should really count the blessing of this friendship. Unless you have a friend who's genuinely trying to make you insecure and trying to bring you down, then that is toxic and you need to leave that. But understanding that jealousy is just a really loud voice from within, that your ego is telling you, because it remembers a lot of things, that you are not good enough, and you need to put that to silence. You're not supposed to worry about what that friend is doing in her or his life. It doesn't matter. They're also going to die one day, you're also going to die one day. In between, what are you making of your life? Focus on that.
Okay, thank you. We also have a question. I want to go abroad to settle, but my parents
Kunika
want.
always asks this question, and I know Kunika is very conflicted in, understanding that I want to go to abroad, settle, but my parents want me to stay here with my family. Now, the thing is that we have to understand that we have certain responsibilities towards our family, but that does not mean we are supposed to make our family's dreams come true and their desires come true by being like under their influence. If Kanika, you want to make a decision of going to abroad and settling down, find a plan to do that. You don't have to feel guilty for being happy. I think in our culture, we have that on the top. We always feel guilty for being happy. Even I was in the mountains last few months ago, and my mother was constantly calling me that come back home, it's the pandemic, we're alone, you're alone, all that. But through that, I really understood that I'm just feeling guilty for being happy. I'm safe, I'm taking care of myself, everything is fine. And emotional blackmail is just the way Indian families function. So, Shikunika, you really need to chill. You don't have to be conflicted. See what you want in your life, because eventually this is your story. You can always create a great balance. I know a lot of girls who, people who have been conflicted with this idea, but they balance it beautifully. They balance the love of the family, give them reassurance, of that you are going to come visit them, things are going to be fine, and you see a certain life for yourself, and take accountability, darling. This is your life. It's very easy to blame and say this person wants this from me, and my father wants this, and my mother wants this. But you have to, life is about finding yourself through all these things. And I wish you all the best. Don't stay so confused. You, I don't know for how many months, put out this confused, conflicted energy. Tell the universe, tell the creator what you want, let them decide for you, and I'm sure your dreams will come true.
Thank you, ma'am. I we don't have a question. Okay, we okay. No, not from my side. We have any other question?
My best friend has written, huge fan, ma'am, say my name. I can't believe this girl.
So, anything you want to tell our audience? Just few lines you want to tell our audience.
I would just like to tell you guys something that I emphasize a lot in my personal journey, and I would like to preach what I'm practicing is really the pandemic taught us a lot of lessons. And those lessons had nothing to do with your bank balance. They had nothing to do with what you wear. It had nothing to do with what you looked. It really had to do with the intention you hold as a person. It has been one of the greatest teachers of all times, and a great, very difficult test that we all had to go through. But really, understand that eventually your life is energy and intention, and that is your true currency. So every day, monitor where are you putting your energy and your intention as a human being. Are you growing? Are people around you growing? That is very important. And ups and downs is a graph of life. You don't stay down always, you don't stay up always. So be joyous wherever you are. It doesn't matter where you are in your altitude. Be happy, enjoy life, make the most of it. We all have an expiration date. There are people in this pandemic who didn't even get a chance to fight for their life and they lost it. So you are alive if you're watching this. Make the most of your life. Don't get cornered or feel bad about not making it that big or having a certain bank balance. Work on your energy and intention, and then you will be in the flow of the universe and achieve everything that you want.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you
So,
so much.
thank you so much, ma'am, for this opportunity and telling our audience about mindset
Of
and
course, my
changing
pleasure.
approaches as well.
Of course, thank you for trusting me and having me over here to help everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. All the best. All the
Bye.
best, everyone.
Bye, ma'am.